You want to play Dungeons and Dragons, but you aren't sure how. I'm going to guide you and help get you started in this wonderful world of fantasy. I'm going to imagine you either have a friend or family member that is part of an ongoing game or plays semi regularly. Or you have no one in your circle, but you've seen games, you've watched videos, you think it's the coolest thing. It is. But you aren't sure how to get started or how to find games. But don't worry, I'm going to help guide you for both. So if you have someone in your life that you know, a family member, a friend who has an ongoing game, you just have to approach them. Tell them that you're interested in learning. If you could sit in on a game, and that is just where you sit there, you kind of watch them play for a little bit, see how things go. Maybe they invite you to create a character during it, or just maybe place some monsters on the side, so you get a little feel for the system, and you take it from there. If things go well, you can ask them to join, if they have an extra spot, or if they know of somebody with an extra spot, and then your journey started. After that, everything falls into place pretty easily. The table is full, or you don't know somebody who has an ongoing game or plays. Well, you have a few options. My first option I'm going to provide for you is an online option. There's a good website called Roll20, and there are a few of them, but I'm just very familiar with Roll20, no ad. So I can kind of give you a little bit of the idea on what to expect. It's a very user-friendly website. You can search up many different games, not just Dungeons and Dragons, but of course that is the one we're talking about. And you can select welcome new players in the checkbox, and then look for a couple of games that kind of pique your interest. Simply send them a message. Tell them, hey, I'm new. I've never played before, but I'm very interested. Would you welcome me into one of your sessions? Show me the ropes a little bit. Let me watch. Now, I get it. It can be intimidating and daunting for your first time to just reach out to somebody, but I promise you, they're very welcoming. D&D players are that social group that usually struggles a little bit, and that's fine. But they find a camaraderie in each other. That's how I found a lot of my friends who do have some social anxiety issues, but we know we're safe together, and we all come in, sit at the table, and get to play. So years ago I played many different games. And then I took a break. After my break, I wanted to get back into role-playing. Dungeons and Dragons to be specific. And I went to Roll20, and I did exactly what I'm advising you to do. People were welcoming, open, taught me a bunch of new stuff, and that's where my love for D&D kind of grew and expanded upon from there. But Jeff, you say, what I really like is the tabletop version. Gathering around, all coming together, experiencing it, being immersive, rolling the dice, physical copies. I don't want to play online. Well, I can help you with that too. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is look around your local town, city, municipality, what have you. Find gaming stores, card games, board games, anything like that, tabletop. Hopefully they sell Wizards of the Coast products, the guys who make D&D, the guys who make Magic. Contact them. See if they have something started called Adventurers League. Is a perfect start for new players. It's welcoming, it's inviting, they have schedules, they have welcoming DMs who can teach you the really basics and get you started, players who are super helpful, and it's a nice environment, and it's a public environment where you can feel safe opposed to going to some sketchy dude's basement and rolling dice until 1 o'clock in the morning. But I digress. Call them to see if they have Adventurers League. What day is the best day for a new player to come in? Introduce yourself, and they have everything sorted out for you. They'll guide you, they'll teach you, they have the books, they have the dice, they have the paper, and the pencils. Everything's set up and waiting for you. You get to introduce yourself, tell them what's going on, they explain, how it all works, and start your journey into D&D. You have your foothold in. You can talk to other players, you can talk to DMs, see if there's a more personal game. Maybe you don't want to go to their card shop every week to play. Maybe you would prefer to host it yourself. Like, hey, you guys can come over, we'll have snacks, play around the table, so on and so forth. But that is a great start. It's a great introduction into Dungeons and Dragons, and it gets you into the players. If you don't have any friends or family that play, if you don't want to do the online thing, and your gaming stores, or maybe lack of gaming stores, do not hold Adventurers League. You can always double check with your gaming store if it still runs a Dungeons and Dragons game. Not everyone's signed up to the program, so it wouldn't be unusual for them just to have a standing game where people play, or a couple, so you can look into that. Now, if all those options are truly exhausted, you've called all the stores, all the friends, all the family, you might be in a pickle. I don't recommend you randomly looking up online for players. I don't think going on Reddit or Facebook and just posting that you want to play a Dungeons & Dragons game is a great idea. You kind of want that connection, whether it be a friend or family member or a legitimate storefront. And you might really be pushed into the online version. Now, if you're completely against it, if you're hard pressed and you need to play D&D, then you got to start doing the work yourself. I know, it's a tall order. But sometimes one person needs to be the glue to bring everyone together. Start asking your friends and family. Maybe you have an uncle who has a bunch of books that are dusty on the shelf that we would love to pull out. Or maybe ask around work. A couple other people might be interested as well. You can gain some knowledge by just asking about it and bringing it up and seeing who you can collect. Now, if I didn't answer your situation, let me know in the comments. I'll respond to everyone, and if you have a problem or you need some help finding a D&D group, I'd be pleased to assist. You can also join my Discord, which is becoming a great resource for people to find players and DMs. It's what I'm created for. I have a great moderator on there who does a lot of work, so go and appreciate. I greatly appreciate a like and subscribe. You help me push to make more videos, and if you like my content, then it shows me that, and I'm spurred on to do more. I'll always reply, I'll always give you the guidance I can, and help you on your D&D journey. So don't be shy, just ask.